Oh, so I'm tense, am I? Well, excuse me for reacting to the development unfolding as we speak that should have you in at least half this much tizzy because it blows the lid off everything. The heroes were villains, the villains were heroes, and the bystanders were in on it all along. Linear waste reduction processes are the new hotness, apparently. I don't know, I guess it had been a bit since I'd checked in with what's trending. But it turns out there's this model who used to more or less just shill for face cream, who came upon a certain methodology through the using of which one could take regular workaday refuse and combine it with the special type of, I think it was polyurethane, to generate, well, to generate the Magnum Rhombus. You've been through geometry class, you know how this works. You got your shapes, you got your other shapes, and nothing's not shapes. Even the things they tell you aren't shapes, like a line, are secretly shapes. It's a rectangle. A dot? Circle fetus. And if they tell you otherwise, then they're trying to keep you oppressed by your own ignorance and laboring under the yoke of the bourgeoisie as you suffer into old age because the sweat of your brow feels good on their bottoms, onto which it shall forever drizzle. But if you don't buy into the bull crap and you know about the shapes, then you probably know about the rhombus. Hey, guess what? I actually do know about the who cares. So what? So you got a rhombus, okay? It's a shape. I've seen the shapes. I see them literally all the time. I'm looking at shapes right this very second. There are shapes in front of me, and there are shapes to the side of me, and perhaps behind me, but my neck is not feeling particularly flexible at the moment, so I am not going to check, but I am confident. If they are in the aforementioned locations, the pattern is apt to continue, but what you haven't considered is what if there's a shape that you don't know about, that they didn't teach you about because they don't know about it. And you could go to history's greatest math person, Amanda Springfield, currently teaching as an adjunct professor, whatever the hell that is, at the University of Washington, Jetfire, Hellscape, Princeton. And you go to her and you say, "Hey, Amanda, shapes. What about them?" She'll tell you about the shapes. She's very open with that stuff. Amanda's not trying to keep you down. She's not part of the problem. She is helping the revolution to vive. But there's a shape even she doesn't know about, and yet this one model, this girl with a following on the internet that previously had only used her as a vehicle to facilitate the purchasing of skincare, ointments, gels, and waxes, well, they are now all on about the Magnum Rhombus, which she invented through sheer force of will, natural ingenuity, and innate genetically precipitated talents. Or is that lies? Was there perhaps some hard work done there too? Maybe her brow got a little bit sweaty. How could you ever tell? The skincare regimen is impeccable. She hasn't let that go. You need a cocoa butter ointment or a gelatinous discoloration reducer? Acne prevention module in an aqueous solution? Alongside several different vitamins and small trace amounts of caffeine in order to tighten the blood vessels and further reduce the aforementioned discoloration so that you will look crayon-esque in your purity of shade? That's not a thing of the past. That's a thing of the always. If you don't take care of your beauty won't take care of you. I learned that the hard way when I got ugly. However, alongside these gelatinous pursuits, this model, she experimented, read, studied even. Oh yeah, drippy drip drip, brow, Miss Brow. How are your puddles? Oh, overflowing, like thy cup. How very curious. I thought it was all easy. I thought you just glide through life, and now I have to accept that somehow you have misled me, and actually hard work, talent, stick-to-itiveness, and the grease which greases the elbows have gone into your success. Now my worldview is shattered. I guess I'm just a piece of regular workaday refuse over here. Might as well turn me into shapes. You know, someone I'd previously decried as just an idiot who happened to have admittedly very nice skin is like history's greatest mathematician. Even Amanda Springfield's looking like a ding-dong over here, and boy oh boy is their ass on my face. Can't wipe this off. It grew in on its own. You need a scalpel. Ain't no ointment for this one either. You need a complete re-examination of everything you've ever cogitated, because it's all been predicated upon lies. Guess I'm gonna go scrub my pores out and maybe get a PhD. God damn, life got hard right around ninth grade, and it just stayed that way. The second that Miss Pursuit's first name, Jove. The second she told me that if I didn't study, I would fail that biology quiz. And the second she was proven correct because I stayed up all night playing Jungle Dash 3, Return of the Prance Hopper, and also touching my belly button because I thought that's how sex works. Well, I failed that. Failed a couple things. And now I'm dumber than a model. Why don't you just take me out back and shoot me, full of a yearning to acquire new skills, such that I may someday prosper in the same manner as the geniuses who dominate the landscape of global thought and ideological development these days, because technology, mathematics, and instruction, booklet, proofreading are king in this cold, desolate modernity of ours. All I can do is think real hard about prongs.